Okay, I'm here with the Springfield EMP4 lightweight champion that just came out the beginning of this year, and I haven't seen a video on YouTube yet of showing how to field strip it, and it's a little bit of a unique process, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So to start, you really need an empty magazine. You need this one tool that comes with the kit. There's two different little Allen wrenches here. You got to use the smaller one, which is the takedown tool. This one right here. This one is for the rear sight adjustment. You don't need that one for that. And this is the little tool that's going to be used to take down the gun by putting it in the guide rod. So the first step is going to be take the gun. You need an empty magazine in the mag well. That way you can lock the slide back. So we're going to put the magazine up there, lock the slide back, show you that it's empty. Okay, and then if you notice, there's a little hole there in the guide rod is where you put the tool. That way you can get the recoil spring out. Otherwise it's almost impossible to do it yourself with just your hands. So at first I didn't think this tool fit because I tried to put it in the hole and it wouldn't go in, and just kind of wiggle a little bit to get it in there, so it does fit. But the instructions that came with the gun weren't clear. In fact, the manual that came with the gun didn't even have the instructions for the EMP4 in it yet because it was so new. I had to go online and download the new manual, and even then it was a little unclear. It's not the dual recoil assembly that you use, it's the flat wire recoil instructions. And so basically you take your tool here and you find the recoil, or the guide rod, and you put this tool right in the hole all the way that you can get it in there, and leave it straight like that. So you have the tool sticking out, it's in the hole of the guide rod, and that will keep the guide rod back and the spring separate, so that way you can pull it out when you get done. So we got the slide pulled back. We're going to take the magazine out now, and we're going to slowly release our slide here till we get to that little notch. Line that up with the slide release and then pull that out. So I'm going to take this, and I'm not an expert at this. I've only taken it apart once, so pull that there until we get that notch lined up with there. I'm going to push back on this hole right here on the other side of the gun, and that will release, if I can get it lined up just right here, there, that'll release that mechanism, the lock. Take that out, slowly let go of that, and now you can actually pull off the slide. And now you have your frame here, which is really light, by the way, the aluminum alloy. We'll set that down, and then we'll turn the slide upside down. So now you'll notice here you got your recoil spring assembly here, and you got your tool sticking out, and so that locks that spring here, so that way you can pull back on that, and this will come right out with this little bushing that comes out with it. That's the little bushing that goes around right there. That's what made it really hard to get out without the tool. So we pull that out, and there you go. Now you got your tool locking the spring back. You can take that apart and clean it if you want to, and then put this little thing down, and then you can pull the barrel right out. And that's all there is to it for the field stripping. I'm going to put it back, put the barrel back in there, all the way back, lift up on this little thing here, take your assembly. Now on here you got a little notch at the bottom, and that's where it goes along the barrel, so you want to put that in the right way with the notch facing down. You can turn around once you get it in there, but it's easier just to do it from the beginning. Put that in there, and then it's a little bit tricky to get that back, and then the bushing goes back in the hole there, all the way back like that, and then carefully push on the spring, take out your tool here, and then slowly let that fall back. And now you want to have this facing upward again, and this hole you want facing up like that, so when you put it back together it's easy to get the thing back in there. So alright, so now to put it back together, we're going to turn this over, and we're going to take our frame, and we're going to put this right through here. Hang on, is that the right way? Yeah, okay. You know, like I said, I'm new at this. I have not had a lot of experience. In fact, this is my very first gun. I'm a new shooter, and I needed to take it apart to clean it, so I had to figure this out. Put this back on. Let's see, am I doing something wrong here? I'm doing something wrong. Something's not right. Did I get that back in there right? Oh, that wasn't all the way in. It was sticking up a little bit, so that's why I kept on stopping on there. So now it should slide right back on. My bad. There we go. Now we get that back on. You'll see that the holes are clear all the way through here. That's what you want to be able to put the thing back on. I don't know what you call this. I forget, the slide lock release thingy. Alright, so now this is the really tricky part. You're going to put this in the hole as far as you can get it at the very beginning here. Okay, and then you got to line this notch up again around here and then slide that on. So this is, it takes me a few tries to get this, but I won't get it. So I'll lock this up here. I'll hold that with one hand. Put this on here. And, oh, geez. I got it on the first try. Anyway, you just kind of push on it, and it locks back up into that notch. Then you can slowly let go there, and you're all clear. Good to go. So that's how you take it apart. Field strip the EMP4 here. So I did clean it out once already. I've run about 500 rounds through it. No lockups, no malfunctions of any kind. And I love the gun, so I hope you enjoyed the video. And check back for more.